Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to India Market Sales Kickoff. And once again, it is my privilege and honor to be in front of you and to talk to you on print. Now, as we embark on this journey of the new HP, the next HP, as you know, it's all about you, for you, by you. So in the next 15 minutes, I will share a glimpse of how we fared in FY21 and subsequently take you through our FY22 priorities and call to action. So with that, let me start with FY21. It was yet another year filled with challenges, be it supply constraints, logistic challenges, cost escalations, and the list can go on and on and on. And if you remember, last year we spoke about our 3-year journey, and we had to start by reorienting ourselves to the new reality in FY21 before we rejuvenate in FY22 and race in FY23. With your help, we not only reoriented, but also as leaders, redefined the rules of the game. And along the way, we could increase our print relevance, supported by some tailwinds and use cases from our consumers and customers. And collectively, as I said, we delivered to our objective. Now, look at a glimpse of our achievements and what we delivered in FY21. We delivered to 117% of operational plan. If you remember last year, I was standing here and talking about 125% of operational plan. We did not hit 125 just for one simple reason, and that was supply. In Q3, we had a massive dip in supply, which led to us not getting to the 125%. So, thank you for actually being there and delivering to 117% of our operational plan in FY21. In the process, we grew revenue 36%. We continued to be market leaders, and we grew share by 2 points. And more importantly, the biggest and the most important metric for us, which is our North Star metric in the form of operating profit, we delivered a swing of 16 points over FY20. That was massive. And I can't wait to tell you that we had a fantastic country review, and one of the questions that Enrique asked was, how are we doing on profitability in the country and the market? And he was happy to hear that we are delivering a strong profitability in line with the timeless view that we kind of committed in the 3-year plan that we put out last time. Now is the time to rejuvenate. As I said, we reoriented extremely well in FY21, and this is the time to rejuvenate. Now, why do I say rejuvenate? This is a year where you will see our portfolio becoming much stronger, with several NPIs and portfolio enhancements on the way. Example, the Ink Advantage series, the Cyan launch, which is the 700 series Smart Tank, CTSS 2.0, Gemstones, and the list goes on and on and on. But before I move to FY22 and the priorities for FY22, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. It is not enough me thanking all of you in multiple languages, thanking all of you for your determination and how you navigated all the challenges in FY21. Thank you all of you for the collaboration. We worked really very close to make sure we delivered a strong outcome in FY21. And thank you for your patience as well. It was not easy because of the roller coaster ride that we went through in FY21. So being patient, understanding the situation, at the same time being extremely close to our customers and partners, even though you had to deal with all this in a virtual environment. So once again, a big thank you from the entire print team to all of you. Now, I would not take names, be it finance, be it category, be it sales, operations, logistics, supply chain. Everybody came together to make sure that we delivered a strong and an extremely proud performance that you'll always cherish all your years. Now, as we move along, our task becomes even more challenging because we've set a new baseline for ourselves. And that, to drive from that baseline and to drive the growth aspirations that we have for FY22 and beyond is definitely going to be a more difficult task. But with the strong momentum behind us that we have kind of brought along from FY21, I'm sure it can become only simpler and better as we move into FY22. So here are priorities for FY22. So we are talking about modernizing print and winning in hybrid. Now that's a new reality. All of us know that none of us potentially will be going back to office full time. Is it 2 days in a week? Is it 3 days in a week? How much will we work from home? All of that. And hence, making sure that we are winning in hybrid is very, very important. In the process, here are the 4 key pillars. And the 5th pillar is anyway a given, which is the people pillar. So the first pillar is to deliver the best print experience a customer can get. What we are doing is working to simplify our portfolio. By simplifying the portfolio, it makes it easier for people to understand and choose a product rather than complicated multiple SKUs and multiple platforms. So that's one work that we are doing at a global level to make sure that we give a very seamless and a simple portfolio for you to talk to your customers about. We'll continue to champion sustainability. With our promises that we have kind of spoke to the street as well about getting MPS to be forest neutral by 2030, as an example. And there are many levers to sustainability that we will talk about. So that's what we'll deliver in the customer experience pillar. In the modernize and hybrid pillar, we will focus on Big Ink and Big Toner, which is nothing but our CIS and CTSS portfolio. And that is very specific to emerging markets because the DM or the developed markets have a very, very different strategy there. We will shift and pivot to outcome-based. And you've seen that through the actions that we have taken on the GTM side very recently. And we'll continue to focus on security and solutions because that's where the stickiness with the customer stays and continues. If you don't have a solution, the customer has the ability to shift to competition at any point in time. So we'll continue to focus on solutions and security. Now, the third pillar is growing our share of wallet in our existing customers. With the portfolio broadening, we are in a much better position to go to our customers and talk about the larger and the broader portfolio and hence increase our share of wallet in our existing customers while we'll continue to focus on acquisition, but share gain in our existing customers is a key priority. We will focus on continuing to build on the Amplify execution that we did in FY21. We had a very seamless transition to Amplify on print, so thank you so much on that as well. So we'll continue to do that in FY22. And more importantly, we'll continue the digital transformation and the fluency in growing segment of 1. So that's the third pillar. The fourth pillar is pretty much execution. We are talking about ensuring that we meet our financial goals and continue to drive operational excellence. We did a lot of good work in FY21, be it channel inventory, be it the aged inventory, whether it's contra management. I can go on and on and on. And we were extremely brilliant in FY21. We'll continue to do that in FY22 and get better than what we did in FY21. Now, last but not the least is the people pillar. We as category, and we would like all of us to lead with digital transformation. Move more and more digital so that we can be more agile in the field, we can be faster to adapt, and all of us collectively, we will drive digital transformation as one team. We will continue to improve on employee experience, we'll continue to maximize inclusion, and we'll continue virtual collaboration. Now, virtual collaboration is here to stay, and hence, we will try to make sure that we make the most of it in the virtual world by making sure that we drive the same level of collaboration that we drove in FY21. So that's pretty much our priorities, for FY22. Now, you heard me talk about rejuvenate. Now, how do I excite you, and how do I share my excitement with you on how do we rejuvenate in FY22? Here is a short video to kind of show you what we launched in the form of the SmartTech 700 series. And that's just a glimpse. There are many, many more products and enhancements that are coming through in the subsequent months and quarters. So with that, let me roll the video. This is just the beginning to many more products to come, as I said. And this product particularly has garnered a lot of interest. Just in the initial months itself, we have seen so much of demand for this product. We did not anticipate that. But I'm sure it is not just the product that's doing wonders. It's all of you collectively who's making wonders happen. Now with that, let me now move on to speak about what will we do in the market to win in FY22 and more importantly, as I said, rejuvenate. The first priority that we will drive in the market is on accelerating our big supplies growth. As I said, big supplies, don't get mistaken with supplies. It is the CIS and the CTSS product that I referred to you earlier. There is huge amount of headroom available for us to grow in these segments, and we have got a glimpse of that in CQ3 when we exited about 37% share. So that's where we need to go. And hence, that becomes a big pillar of our growth into FY22 and beyond. The second one is to sustain and grow our laser share. It's a very profitable part of our business. It's important to hence, one, sustain, at the same time grow. There might be some headwinds on OPS A4, particularly with the challenging environment that we have on the contractual side, but largely OPS A4 in transactional and collectively in the contractual side is doing extremely well. You heard me talking about some use cases. The government-induced e-invoicing is an example, and that's where the OPS A4 portfolio comes into play. And we have seen huge demand. Obviously, we are not able to match it with supply at this point in time. The third thing is drive contractual. Now, that's the way to go. Now, whether it is in the office and potentially in the home. So we are working on some solutions to make sure that we are able to move to subscription-based models in the subsequent months and quarters to come. So contractual is a key priority for us, and we'll continue to focus on that. First of all, to hold back our install base and make sure that we don't lose that. And second, get more from competition. And the fourth, but the most important, when we look at the next 3-year journey, is grow share in toner. We have taken a lot of actions, and you've gone through a lot of change management, some of them painful, to move from indirect ship on supplies and toners to direct ship. Those are starting to show some results. And I'm sure a couple of points gain will simply come from that execution while we move to do more execution on growing toner. Whether it is sitting in front of the customer and talking to them about the penetration of toners in their locations, or to do many more things that the team will talk through subsequently with you guys as we start working on the operational plan as well as the next 3-year goal. So don't forget, toner growth is super critical for our next 3-year journey. If we have to get to where we have to get to, if we don't grow toner and toner share, it will become extremely difficult. This is the most important pillar of our growth strategy for the next 3 years. It is extremely important to gain share in toner if you have to succeed in the next 3-year journey. Now, we did a lot of change management in the last 1 year, moved from indirect ship to direct ship to. That in itself will deliver or help us deliver 2 points of share gain. And we are starting to see some results around that. And there are a lot of activities that we'll drive to make sure that we gain share in toner. And we will need all your help to speak supplies whenever you're meeting a customer or engaging with your partner. And that's the beauty of the GTM shift that we have done. And I always tell my team that the biggest beneficiary of this change is none other than supplies. And I would urge all of you and look up to all of you to help us deliver on this promise of gaining share in toners. Now, security and sustainability at the bedrock of all of this. We will ensure that we communicate and over-communicate on security, at the same time do that on sustainability. And there are a lot of great stories that we will talk to you about on sustainability. Now with that, let me move to our call to action for FY22. The first and the most important call to action is to drive an operational plan which will be 25% year-on-year growth on FY21. Sounds huge, but you remember what I spoke in the beginning? We spoke about 125% operational plan in FY21 and we almost got there. barring the supply challenges that we had. And share gain of 5 points. Now this is very important, and the reason why I believe this is possible is because our portfolio is becoming stronger and stronger. Now how do we do this? Here are the 4 key elements of that growth. Big supplies I spoke to you about, which is nothing but CIS and CTSS. So 8 points of share gain in CIS and driving a 1.5x year on year on CTSS. That's the first growth pillar. The second, I spoke to you about the profitable laser share gain 3 points of share in HPS and 5 points of share in OPS. And we believe we should be able to do that with the strength of our portfolio. Drive a 10% year on year on contractual and also a 10% year on year on services, because that's where a lot of our margin reside today, in the contractual portfolio. And last but not the least, drive share gain in supplies, 2 points in toner, and drive a 126% revenue YOY. As I said, toner is the lifeline and is the most critical element of our growth journey for the next 3 years. So with a clear call to action for FY22, let me take this opportunity once again to thank all of you for the wonderful work and support in FY21, and at the same time wish you a very best for FY22. And I'm sure the way you did fantastic in FY21, you will do better in FY22. And collectively, we will be on our path to growth the way we have defined in our timeless journey. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.